Hi folks, I just wanted to do a quick video to show you how you're going to be uploading the first part of your group work project for Anthropology of Science this term. So you probably have seen in the instructions, right? So remember that all the assignment instructions can be found here. You've already identified group members. Now we're looking at the group proposal that you folks have been writing up. And what you need to do is upload it in two spots to ensure that A, I can grade and assess it, and B, that it can be matched with one of your peers from outside of your group who can provide a peer review. So let's go back to the assignments and I'll just walk you quickly through the steps of submitting things. So first thing you'll need to do is click on your group proposal here and you will see it says add submission. I will go here. I can then use either these tools to look at it. My favorite thing to do is just pop up however this. So I'm getting ready for a session I'm running for Pride Week next week. So why don't I upload for myself a document? You'll notice it says that it accepts PDF documents, so I need to send a PDF. So I'll click and drop a PDF here. You'll see I have to click on Save Changes. And then what you will see is that it has submission status as a draft. And that is because you still have the opportunity to edit it up into the deadline. So of course it's a couple of days before the deadline here. It's not due till the end of day Sunday. So you can either edit submission, you can remove your submission. Once you click this submit assignment, you will not be able to make any more changes. Now, if for some reason you miss this slide and you don't click on submit assignment, don't worry about it. I can manually do that, but this is a good double check. Remember that you need to make sure that you are uploading the correct file. Any blank files or whatnot will result in a grade of 0. So it's always worth going back through here to do that. You can always put a comment in if there's something you need me to be aware of. This is where, for example, you might want to put in, here is the link to the Google Drive document that myself and my group members use to create our proposal. And then you can include the link here, right? Insert link, and you just want to make sure that I have access, that I've been added to that document as well, so I can see it. The reason why I recommend doing something like this in the comments, or you can either include it in your PDF itself, is that this allows me to see what the workload distribution was like, especially if any of you have any concerns about the workload of your classmates. This is a good way to document that. Again, I don't require you to do that, but it's a good idea. So I'm going to save this comment. You can see it's associated with me, and then I'm going to submit my assignment. Okay, you notice here that you have a confirmation submission. So again, remember this is a group exercise. So you're going to put that in here. Of course, acknowledging the works of other people means that there's citations in there. If you're sure that this is all correct, you'll hit continue. And then you'll notice that submission status changes from yellow to green, saying that it's submitted for grading. And you can see what your comment was. You can always add an additional comment if need be for some reason, but you're good to go. The next thing you need to do, you can either click down here where it says peer review workshop, or you can go back to the assignments main page and click on the peer review workshop. This is the second place that you need to set it up. So you can see that it says currently it's being set up. Please wait until it is switched to the next phase. But what you'll see is that, see, the submission should be ready to go. Submit your work. Why is this not open? You've not submitted your works yet. Instructions for submission. Okay, well, give me a second here. I'm just going to pause this. I'm going to change it, the file. So it's a good thing I did this. And then I will make sure that it is set up to go. So just a second here, folks. Okay, it was just a quick setting I had to change on my end. Sorry for that confusion there. I figured it was just easier to do this than it was to restart the whole video. So what you're going to do now is click on, you can see where it says submit your work. You can now click on this and you will be able to submit your instructions. So you'll see down here, it's a little bit different where it says there is an add submission. Note that if you go back to, again, assignments and you go back to assignment instructions, scroll down, or if we look at the menu here and we go to the peer review workshop how-tos, you'll see that it shows all of these steps on this document here. So if you don't want to watch this video again and listen to my voice, or if my instructions are unclear, this has all of these steps documented here. Okay, but let's go back. So we're ready to submit. So we're going to go assignments, Go down to the peer review workshop. We're going to click on submit your work. We're going to add our submission. Have to give it a title. What I recommend in the instructions is that you give a title as the same name as the anonymous file name you've chosen. The file name for your PDF for your proposal should reflect your topic. So I'm using an example of human composting. So I'll just put that here. Oops. Wow, I can't type. Okay, got to add my file. So I'll go back to my folder. Again, it can only be a PDF. So I need to find another one. Actually, we'll just upload the same one because it doesn't matter. Okay, you'll see you have to save changes. And then you will see here that you can see what your submission is. So again, you can double check here to make sure that it is correct. You can either edit your submission or you can delete it up into the deadline. And then what will happen is that once the submission phase ends, the assessment phase begins. So again, if you go back to the workshop, you'll see that it's now a green check mark showing that you've submitted your work. And then after midnight on the 13th, or basically after 11:59 p.m. on the 12th, the assessment phase will open. And what happens is basically the computer or Meskinus will randomly assign you one of the other files of one of your classmates for you to do a peer review, and then all the instructions will come up about that. I will briefly go over this in class on Tuesday next week. So I'll show you folks at least the assessment phase part of it. We can talk a little bit about peer review, but for the most part, again, most of the information about my expectations for peer review are all in this part here. Or not this part here, this is how to submit instructions in the proposal peer review part of it. So this here, part 3. So you'll see, again, some of my guidelines pointing out strengths as well as the weaknesses. What you're going to see is that you're going to answer these 5 questions when you're doing the peer review of the other group's proposal. So again, how is your proposal structured? What are the main topics? How are they clearly identified? What parts of the proposal are clear, are least effective? What recommendations do you have? What about the sources and the annotated bibliography? And then your overall assessment, okay? And so what will happen again is that you will get a mark for your group's proposal. Everyone in the group will get the same grade. And then you will get your own individual mark for the peer review you've done of someone else's work, okay? Your peer review of someone else's work will not affect their mark, nor will the peer review of someone else impact your mark, right? This is meant to be formative feedback. This is why you'll notice you're not assigning each other scores. It's open-ended comment style questions, and you get basically a grade on the basis of the quality of your response, whether or not you've actually addressed the questions I've asked, and do they meet kind of these criteria in terms of how guidelines are. So again, being respectful, raising points that might not have occurred, asking questions, making sure you have appropriate and constructive comments. So of course, if people have any questions, I will be checking my email on Sunday, so don't hesitate to connect with me. Other than that, I'm hoping that while there's kind of a few moving pieces here, it should be fairly clear. So again, the goal is that you want to make sure that you're assigning your group, or submitting, sorry, your group proposal to both the group proposal link and to the peer review workshop. Okay. So other than that, take care, folks, and I will talk to you all soon.